So recently I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw a post that said that Saturn's rings are actually disappearing. And it was kind of clickbaity, I'm not gonna lie, because once I read more into it, it's gonna be in about 100 to 300 million years. So no time soon. But it really got me thinking because for a long time now, I've had in my like to do videos and channelings that I want to do, check in with the planets. So I was like, you know what? I think this is a good time to do a check in with Saturn to channel some messages from Saturn for the collective because people were asking, like, does that mean Saturn is getting weaker? Does it mean it people were like, is it getting stronger? Is it getting weaker? What does this mean? What does this mean for the collective? So I just want to do a check-in today and see exactly what is going on with Saturn, what messages Daddy Saturn has for us, as we lovingly refer to him. Also, hi my loves, welcome to Mystic Soul Studio. My name is Jess. Here we do tarot readings, spirituality content, and art as well. So if that's something that interests you, definitely give me a follow, subscribe to my channel, and like this video for more things like this in the future. I really want to do a channeling of like each planet in our solar system eventually. So if you like that, then go ahead and subscribe. So I actually went to try to go find the post, but it was deleted on Twitter. But basically, it was talking about how the rings are disappearing due to a natural process in space called ring rain, which is when the pieces of which are like space dust, asteroid bits, and things like that are being sucked into Saturn's gravitational pull and their atmosphere. Yes, it's going to take roughly about 100 to 300 million years for them to completely disappear, but in the grand scheme of things and in the grand scheme of space, that's really not that long. The dinosaurs actually lived 250 million years ago, and before the asteroid hit them, they were roaming the Earth for roughly 165 million years. So really, we're kind of closer to Saturn losing its rings than we were to when the dinosaurs roamed the Earth, which I think is really interesting. The first thing I'm going to do in channeling Saturn is I want to do a check-in with the collective. I feel like Saturn is very connected to the collective, obviously, like karmic cycles, what we're going through as a human species in terms of, yeah, just karmic patterns and lessons and all of that. So I'm going to be using my Osho Zen because I feel like it's the perfect deck to really check in with the collective energy at the moment. And I already cleansed all of my decks, but just going to give it a quick cleanse. Please Spirit, please Saturn, what is going on with the collective right now? What is the collective energy? We have harmony. I really like that. Beyond illusion. This is lovely. It's like a butterfly with a face on it. If you have the Osho Zen and you're like, it looks different, it's because I modified this deck. I was watching Lisa Pepez's, I think that's how you say her last name. I'm sorry if it's not. I was watching her video on how she modified hers, and the black border just was so distracting. She was so right about that. So when I took the black border off, it just makes the images really pop. Integration. I love that. Trust. This is the last card. Okay. At the base of the pile, we have intensity, and at the top, we have morality. You know what? I'm actually going to take that as like separate to the first four cards I pulled. Okay, so this all makes perfect sense. I feel like literally, and I know it sounds insane when you say it, but a lot of like, people that are into spirituality and alignment and all of that, we know that there's like two separate timelines right now. Like the timelines have shifted. I know you all felt like a huge timeline shift. For me, I feel like the timeline shifted. I mean, I feel like it's not all just a all at once thing, and it's been kind of gradually happening. But really, I think it was the eclipse last year. The eclipse in 2024 was crazy. The energy leading up to the eclipse was crazy. And I just felt like there was a huge like shift just in humanity with that eclipse. I'm sorry if I get distracted and look out the window too. We have like these huge, beautiful trees right here, and there's so many squirrels and birds, and it is kind of like low-key distracting, but gonna focus. So yeah, going back to speaking about the collective, I do feel like there was like a divergence of timelines there, and this is like perfectly coinciding with these cards that I pulled. If you're watching this video, I trust that you have faith in these things and that you believe in these things. So I'm going to go on and talking like we're on the same page here. So the timeline that you and I are on, that a lot of the collective is on, is not one of fear, not one of anger and frustration. It is one of complete and absolute trust. Look at this, like this person is free falling, and we just like right now there's just so much, yes, there's so much sadness and just bad things going on in the world, but like I feel like we're not really letting it affect us like mentally, like psychologically and emotionally. I feel like we're all being very protective of our energy and our peace and all of that. And that's not to say we're turning a blind eye to the injustices going on and all of that. I just think we realize why certain things are happening, and it really connects to this Beyond Illusion card. Like we are seeing past the veil, we are seeing past the matrix, and we are really connected to source, connected to spirit, connected to the divine. So yes, while the earth is a hot dumpster fire, we are in harmony, we are in alignment, we are completely seeing past all the veil of the matrix, which is lovely to see. I'm really happy with these cards. I was not expecting them. I have to say, I was expecting like some things, like it's been a huge timeline shift, like absolutely. I feel like if I would have done this reading a year ago, 6 months ago, the cards would have been completely different. I feel like we all are trusting the universe, trusting God, whatever life whatever you believe in, because it's all the same thing, really. It's just source, where we come from, the great mother, I like to call her. So we're all just trusting that. We're trusting the process, trusting that we're creating a beautiful life for ourselves, and that in this path, walking this golden divine path of illumination. So I do want to talk a little bit about this card that came out, morality. I feel like this is the energy it's like kind of like the matrix seeping in a little bit. We had intensity at the base of your pile, at the base of our pile, because this is for the collective. I feel like this is referring to spiritual abilities. I feel like a lot of people that are tapped in are really developing spiritual abilities and really developing like spiritual gifts. That all is intensifying. I feel like we're sensing energy better. We are really connecting to each other on a really deep level. After morality was going with the flow, which I really like as well. I mean, look at this card. It's so chill. It's so chill. It's like I love it. It's because it's all tied to like the law of attraction and manifestation as well. It's like we know beautiful things exist in our lives, and even more beautiful things are coming. So we're just trusting it. We're trusting the process. We're trusting all of it. Now, this morality card is coming through as a very strict, very uptight. It's giving like old structures. I will say it's giving like religion in terms of like being super male centered, like in a negative way, and it's giving like I hope you understand what I'm saying with this. It's like all of these strict ass religions that are like you can't have fun, you can't dance, you can't eat this, you can't drink this. I just feel like, okay, if that's how you want to live your life, that's absolutely fine, but don't judge me for doing those things, right? Because my God, the way believe in and my faith, my God wants me to enjoy my life. My God wants me to have fun. My God loves when I dance. I saw 944 when I said that. My God loves it when I'm hanging with my friends, when, like just enjoying life. God just wants us to have fun and enjoy life. And I feel like this seriousness before of the constraints of the matrix and the constraints of like following this type of strict rules that no, we can't do this, we can't do that. I feel like that is all dissipating, and look at these cards. I mean, I love them. We're having fun. We're trusting the universe. We are in alignment. Integration. I feel like this has been a major year for the tapped in spiritual community and collective, for really integrating everything we've been learning for years. Now, I've been manifesting for years, ever since I learned about manifestation, but it was like I was gripping my desires so tight that I wasn't allowing the universe to have fun with it, to surprise me. So this year and last year too, I've really like let go, and I've really like been like, whatever happens, I know it's for my highest benefit. God has my back, spirit has my back. I saw 1111. So I feel like we've all been really integrating all of these messages that we've been learning, and we're finally at that point where it's like, okay, yeah, there is no problem, or there is no solution because there is no problem. And we're really tapped in, really grateful, really happy, really just loving life. I feel like we all realize we deserve happiness and beauty in our lives, and we're seeing the beauty in our lives, and we're creating beauty in our lives, and we're open to receiving all of the more beauty that's coming into our lives. So that has been a check-in with the collective. I was going to use this real life tarot deck, is what it's called, to do like an even like more tapped in, but honestly I felt like I was going to get like some darker cards from the Osho Zen, and that we were going to have to tap in to that energy, and we didn't. We got some really great energy, so I feel like whoever's watching this video, you're on the same page as me. We're on the same wavelength, and I really don't want to tap into any negative parts of the collective right now, because I feel like that's not the story that we're in, So I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to dig any deeper. I am going to leave these cards out though, the ones I pulled from the Osho Zen, and I'm going to now directly check in with Saturn. All right, so the reason I refer to him as Daddy Saturn, and I actually heard Chloe Taylor refer to him as Daddy Saturn first. I don't know if she like came up with that, but it is, I mean, it's on the money. 100%. It is Daddy Saturn. Saturn comes in. If you don't know what a Saturn return is, I think it's about every 30 years of your life is when Saturn is in like the same place it was when you were born, because I think it takes about 30 years for Saturn to go around the sun. During this time of the Saturn return, huge shifts in your life can happen. Usually people have like a change of career, or if they have a long-term relationship, it might come to an end, or they might like meet their soulmate. These are big, huge changes, and I feel like people mature a lot during this time as well. So there is a shadow period of it. So I would say it starts around 25, and then it goes to, I think Chloe said, because she has talked a lot about Saturn return, and I would actually check out her podcast. She has an amazing podcast. It's called the Cozy Babes Club, and she talks a lot about Saturn return, in which and she has referenced the shadow period as well. I think she said it's like from about 25 to 32 is kind of when your Saturn return is, but officially it's like 27 to 30, I think, is like the climax of it, or the peak of it. You may notice if you're 25 or over that when you turn 25, there was a lot of major life changes, or you kind of became a lot more responsible overnight. You made a lot more of decisions. You just, like, Daddy Saturn gathers us all the way up, okay? And I mean, I felt it too for me as well. I'm 29 years old. I'm about to be 30 years old in November. And when I turned like 25, there was a huge shift. I remember the day, like, I felt a very big shift in my energy. And then for the next 4 years, up until this point, it's been major healing, like, of my inner child. It's been so many wonderful changes. Like, I want you to understand, my love, every time the heavens transit, it's for our highest benefit. I heard Gem Goddess say that, and it's like, if I want to put it on the wall somewhere, she really ate with that. Every time the heavens transit, it's for our highest benefit. So know that when you have your Saturn return, when we have Mercury retrogrades, all of these things, it's for our highest benefit. It's because lessons, energy need to be cleared out, and we have things to learn, right? So Saturn gathered me all the way up, especially when around 27 to, I would say, about last year. Especially last year was a huge karmic year for me in terms of like healing and really getting rid of old toxic patterns that were no longer serving me. It was like a big tower moment. So, but in like the best way, because it needed to happen. It was about damn time, okay? Just know that if you haven't hit your Saturn return yet, don't be scared. Because it's going to transform you in beautiful ways, and it's going to help you to grow as a soul and as a person. If you've already done your Saturn return and you feel like sharing, let me know down below. How did Daddy Saturn gather you all the way up? Because I'm very curious. Okay, so we're going to check in with Saturn. All right, Saturn, I ask that you accompany us in this reading. What is the energy of the collective right now? I just want to know the energy of the collective right now in terms of you, of Saturn, of the lessons you're teaching, and the effect you have on the Earth's collective energy. I feel like these two cards want to come out. Earth. I don't know if you can see Earth. It says, the frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. This makes perfect sense with the Osho Zen cards we got. Like, I feel like we are really tapping into the Earth, tapping into Mother Nature, and therefore the Great Mother. And I love that Saturn actually sent this card to us. It's like Saturn is like, I'm here, I'm helping the Earth, I'm helping connect you more to the divine, and that's all around us in nature, in ourselves, in each other. So I really love that. Activates our deep connection to this physical plane. Yes, and helping us really get grounded with the Earth. I love that, because you think Saturn, you think space. It's like, it seems so far away, but really it's all connected. It's all connected, my love. And the second card we got, compassion. I love that. Compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. You guys, that is absolutely beautiful, and I feel like it's so fitting. I love the energy of this reading. It's amazing. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment. That is a huge thing. Saturn is really helping us to see things from other people's points of view. And this Saturnian energy is really infusing a lot of compassion and love into our lives. Now, when we think of love, we think of like Venusian energy, right? But it's in everything. Love is in everything. It really is like the frequency of everything. It's the frequency of source. It's the frequency. It's the point of everything is love. Unconditional love is literally the point. So I love that. And if you see the colors in these two cards, they're so connected. And actually the heart chakra is green. The fact that the trees are green, that the earth is green, it's not a coincidence, my love. It's all super connected. Now, this card, Compassion, it says it supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth. Absolutely. Absolutely. The divine mediator between heaven and earth. I feel like I'm reading for the collective of light workers here. I feel like this is a reading for light workers, energy healers, empaths, whatever you want to call it, whatever you identify with in terms of your spirituality. Source and the Great Mother and or God, the universe, whatever, is really working through us to spread this love, spread this compassion in our world, and really make a difference here. So I love this. Now I'm going to check in with Saturn and see where the energy of the collective is going in terms of Saturn's influence, okay? How is Saturn guiding the energy of the collective? Or to where is Saturn guiding the energy of the collective? Ooh, we got two cards here. We have Emergence and we have Romantic Love. Okay, I'm gonna read Emergence first. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. I love this so much. Absolutely, there is a huge return to the inner child here. There is a return to playfulness, to having fun. The world has been so serious for so long and frankly depressing as hell for so long that I feel like everybody that's tapped in is really like over it. Like, and I've noticed this, people are having more fun with things. People are being sillier. People are really nourishing their inner child more, and it's so lovely to see. Like, just as like little examples that I've noticed, people are having more fun with their makeup again. People are caring less about what others think. I saw 2233 on the timer when I said that. People are caring less about what others think and are just like being authentically themselves, which I love to see. Like, people no longer like care like, oh, what if I'm perceived like this? What if I'm perceived like that? Baby, who cares? Who cares? Be yourself. At the end of the day, the only person that you have to please is yourself, because you're the only one that has to really like deal with you, right? Like, there's nobody else up there. It's just you. So I absolutely love this. I was not expecting from the name Emergence, that description, but it's absolutely right. There is a huge return to the inner child here, and I love that Saturn is influencing this as well. I feel like it's a huge fifth house in Leo energy. I love that. We're just having more fun with things. We're accessorizing more. People are being more individual. People are like living their life with intention, and I'm actually planning on making a video of how living your life with intention will literally get you everything you want, like being intentional with everything you do and being mindful. And I'm really excited to make that video. But yeah, we're just so connected to our inner childs now. Like, our inner child was forgotten for too long. And I feel like that card of morality, and I don't know where it is now, I'm not going to dig for it. It's like we were so strict and constricted for so long that we kind of lost that, and now we're returning to it, and now we're having fun, and we're not letting the depressive energy of the world affect us, because what kind of life is that, right? What kind of life would we live? That's why I don't trauma scroll, or not trauma scroll, doom scroll. That's the name. That's why I try not to doom scroll. There's so much going on. Like, there's been a huge return to, and it's ongoing. So there's just a big ongoing return to our inner child, to nourishing us, doing things that, make us happy. And I love to see that. Now, obviously, we still had the card of compassion. That's not saying we're doing away with compassion and being like, oh no, I don't care about the suffering. I don't care about the injustices going on in the world. No, we very much care. That is a huge part of who we are as light workers and empaths, is caring about the collective, is caring about what's going on in the world, and feeling that deeply, but also knowing that the way we can help spread light is to shine, is to be ourselves, because it's contagious. Being yourself is contagious. When other people see it, they're like, oh, that person is doing whatever they want, and they're not hurting others, and they're being happy. I'm going to do that too. That's how we make a difference, you know? That's how light workers, and if you're a healer of some sort, if this is your career where you're actively helping to heal other people, that is absolutely lovely and magical. And there is no difference too small that you can make, really, honestly. It's like a chain reaction, right? The butterfly effect. Okay, and then we had romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. I love that it says conscious lover. My love, if you have not found your soulmate yet, Saturn is really pushing this. Like, I feel like this is a very interesting card to come out through like the influence of Saturn. So Saturn, like I said, is like the planet of lessons and karmic evolution of our souls. So I feel like a lot of people are breaking out of these old toxic karmic patterns in terms of relationships. I've noticed, especially a lot of women are not taking crumbs anymore. And if that means being like not in a relationship, that's fine. Like if that means waiting longer to meet somebody who's actually worth our time, that's fine. Like I feel like there's a huge shift in like the younger generations now. And I mean, in the older ones too, it doesn't, your age does not matter. What matters is the energy that you're tapped into. And I feel like people they're no longer like, no, I'm not going to accept crumbs and accept the bare minimum from somebody when I know my worth. And I feel like Saturn is really playing a huge part in that, in terms of we're evolving. We're evolving in what we accept into our lives, and how we allow other people to treat us, and our self-worth. Saturn is doing a huge number on us learning our self-worth and knowing what we deserve and how we deserve to be treated. My love, also a little quick side message. If you have not met your soulmate, do not worry. They are on the way. They are on the way simply because you are not allowing bullshit in your life anymore. And you are saying, nope, this is not good enough. I know what I deserve. And I deserve the best, and this is not it. And just you thinking that, someone is coming that is going to fill that spot and be the person that actually deserves you, my love. Okay, so I love that. I love that this is the energy that's coming through. All right, babies. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and that'll be the end of this collective reading. I'm going to be using the Voyager Tarot, which I just got, and already I think it's like my favorite tarot deck ever. It's like collage images, and I really love it. And I feel like it's perfect Saturn energy. Even, actually, Saturn is on the box right there, and it really caught my eye. I was like, I have to use this, because I feel like it is very much planetary space collective energy. So, all right, Saturn, any last messages that you have for the collective? Please, Spirit, please, Saturn. That card definitely flew out. 6 of Cups. Interesting, really interesting. I'm going to wait until I pull all of them, and then I'm going to get into it. 2 more cards, please, Saturn, please, Spirit. We have the 6 of Worlds, which I think is the 6 of Pentacles in this deck. A lot of 6 energy here. Okay, 2 cards wanted to come out because this one was catching my attention. The 8 of Cups and the 2 of Worlds, the 2 of Pentacles. All right, my loves, let me sit with this energy for a moment. Yeah, with the 6 of Cups, I mean, I'm really drawn to this vase and dumping out these flowers, letting these flowers go. Saturn has been extremely helpful in helping us release, like I was saying earlier, toxic patterns, toxic habits, and mindsets. Like Saturn has been helping us to detox and to purge from these negative emotions, from these traumas. Like I said, there's a lot of inner child healing. There's a lot of self-worth healing that Saturn has been helping the collective with. And I love this energy. I love this energy so much. And I love that the vase is like really bright and orange, and everything around it is like dark. It's like these beautiful light workers are purging all of this negative energy, and we're really remembering who we are, remembering why we came here. So I love that. And then we have the 6 of Worlds. Oh wow, this is such a beautiful card. I'm really drawn to the 2 swans. because I feel like it goes with the romantic love. Like a lot of you are, if you have not met your soulmate, you are attracting a soulmate as we speak. And I do plan on doing a love reading soon too for like people that have not met their soulmate. Subscribe so that you catch that one as well. I'm also really drawn to all of like the gems in this card. I feel like there's a lot of beautiful things coming for this collective. There's vibrancy and abundance and love. And also I'm really drawn to these. I don't know, it might be too dark to see, but these right here, they're two hands and they're holding water and the moon is reflected in them. So I feel like we're all getting more psychic, we're all getting more emotionally and energetically in tune to different frequencies and different aspects of source, which I love. I love that. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Now, Eight of Cups obviously is like a card, usually in tarot, of leaving something behind. And this Eight of Cups is very much coming through as like the Tower card for me. Whereas like these flowers are all decaying. And they're really like old and wrinkled, and it's nothing making us happy anymore, you know? And I almost think like I keep seeing this as a piggy bank. I know it's not a piggy bank, it's a vase. And then there's a bunch of cups around it and that they're cracked. So Saturn, and I feel like this is very tied to this. Saturn was like, we have to purge this. We have to get this energy all the way up out of here to make space for all of the beautiful new things coming into our lives, okay? Yeah, there's just a big sense of leaving things in the past. And I feel like, because I'm really drawn to this like almost frozen looking waterfall. I think it is a frozen waterfall, which is crazy to think about, that a waterfall can freeze in mid waterfall like that. But yeah, I feel like especially last winter did a lot to purge emotions for you, to purge old habits and systems that you had in place that were just not working for you anymore, and it was like really time to get away from that. And Saturn has really been helping in your energy and all of our energies with this. So I feel like, and then you have the Two of Worlds, or we have the Two of Worlds right after. So the Two of Worlds, like I said, is like the Two of Pentacles, but I'm really drawn to like the iciness of these two cards, like the frozen waterfall and then the icy landscape in this card. I feel like this past winter was just like we were in hermit mode. It needed to happen because things needed to be purged and things needed to be left. And then it's like came the spring, came the happiness, and it's beautiful. If I have to like reorder these cards in terms of like how it played out, I would say the Two of Worlds first, then the Eight of Cups, because it's like the iciness and the reflection and the introspection of that time of year where kind of like the world quiets down, at least like in the northern hemisphere. I know it's opposite in the southern hemisphere. I live in the northern hemisphere and our winter is like around December and all of that, January, February. So that time of year is really like a quiet time of year where you don't go outside as much because it's cold, and you kind of, you know, get cozy and introspective, and the world just slows down. So that I would put those two first. And then it's like a lot of emotional things were coming up, you know, the last of it, because I feel like this has been a long process for all of us, right? It did not happen overnight, and we've come so far, and I'm so proud of all of us. I really am, because I've noticed in the collective readings, there's just so much healing going on. I do sign readings on TikTok. If you're interested in that, follow me on there. I just did Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So I'm going to be starting with Cancer probably in the next couple of days and doing like a few more. And there's just been a huge energy of healing, which is really lovely to see. So I feel like the last of a lot of old emotions and old patterns and all of that really, you know, this past winter kind of got, you know, swept away, thrown away. Spring cleaning, I feel like spring cleaning energetically, spring cleaning was a major thing that happened. And we see it here too. And then we have this, it's like finally whatever needed to the last of it. And actually I just noticed that they're both flower imagery. Like you have these old flowers here, and then the vase is like pouring the flowers out. So it's like at one point in our lives, this way of thinking or this habit or this energy was serving a purpose for us, but now it's not. So it's like when we have flowers at home and they wilt and they dry up, it's time to, you know, you don't want to keep that. You don't want to hold on to that. And I feel like the collective has really been purging it. And then we have this beautiful, amazing abundance card. Just abundance in every sense of the word. Love. Oh my gosh, I just noticed Saturn, the image of Saturn right there. And I love that Saturn came out in the reading as well. I love that. Yeah, so there's just, oh, and the sunflower. I love that. The sunflower. The sunflower, of course, being associated with Leo, the inner child that we're all returning to and nourishing. And then also the sun card, happiness. So look at all of these amazing things in our lives and coming our way, my loves. Like there's just so much beautiful energy here. All right, my loves, thank you so much for watching this video. This was such an amazing reading, I have to say. I was expecting us to kind of have to go in the trenches with this, and I see a blue jay outside. I love that. Every time I see a blue jay, I know that one of my angels is sending me a message. Like I thought we were going to have to really get in some deep, dark things. And no, Spirit said, no, baby, that's not the energy right now. The energy of this collective, of this tapped in, aligned, divinely guided collective is beautiful things. The rewards for your hard work, working on yourself, rewards for the compassion you have towards yourself, towards other people, romantic love coming in, soulmates coming in, us really getting back to our inner child. And my ear just started ringing. Really connecting to things that make us happy, enjoying this life. We came here to enjoy life. Absolutely 1,000,000% this is true. We came here to be happy, to connect with other people, to learn things, to explore, to create, yeah, just experience all of the amazing things that this life has to offer. Don't you ever forget that, my love. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. Thank you, Saturn, for being here with us. Thank you, Spirit, as always, for guiding my messages. And follow me on here. Follow me on TikTok. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else I have to say. So, oh, I do have a quick message. I recently released some jewelry on my website, mysticsoulstudio.com, and it's all like sea goddess inspired, mythology, mermaid lore inspired jewelry. So if you're interested in that, I'll have the link down below and you can go check it out. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, my loves.